A tale of compassion, a story to warm your heart. In a peaceful forest, where the trees whispered secrets to the wind and the streams sang gentle melodies, there lived a young turtle named Timo. Timo was a kind soul, always ready with a smile, but he often felt small and insignificant. While other animals ran swiftly and soared high, Timo moved slowly, always watching the world from below. He loved his cozy home and his simple life. Yet, deep down, he wished he could do something truly important, something that would make a difference. One sunny afternoon, as Timo was munching on some fresh green leaves, he heard a faint cry for help. Following the sound, he discovered a small bird named Lila lying on the forest floor. She had fallen from her nest and injured her wing. "Help me, please," she whispered, her eyes filled with pain and fear. Timo's heart pounded in his chest. Lila needed to get back to her family, but the journey to her nest was long and filled with dangers. Timo knew he had to help, but could he really do it? Doubt filled Timo's mind. "I'm just a slow turtle," he thought. "How can I possibly help Lila? The forest is vast and full of dangers. What if I fail?" He hesitated, fear gripping his heart. The idea of embarking on such a journey seemed impossible. Timo wanted to help Lila, but he didn't believe he had the strength or courage needed for such a task. "I'm sorry, Lila," he said quietly. "I don't think I can do it." As Timo sat there, feeling helpless, an old wise owl named Soren swooped down from the trees. Soren had seen many things in his long life and had a deep understanding of the forest and its creatures. "Timo," Soren said gently, "true strength comes from within. It's not about how fast you can move or how strong you are. It's about the size of your heart and the depth of your compassion." Soren's words were like a warm blanket, wrapping Timo in a sense of hope and possibility. "Believe in yourself, Timo. You have more courage than you know." With Soren's encouragement, Timo felt a spark of confidence ignite within him. Maybe, just maybe, he could help Lila after all. Taking a deep breath, Timo looked at Lila and said, "Let's do this together. I will help you find your way back home." And so, the journey began. Timo and Lila set off into the forest, the familiar path soon giving way to unknown trails. Timo moved steadily, carrying Lila on his back. The forest seemed vast and intimidating. But with every step, Timo's resolve grew stronger. They had embarked on their journey, and there was no turning back. The first real challenge came when they reached a wide, flowing river. Timo looked at the swift current with apprehension. "We need to cross," he said, trying to sound braver than he felt. With determination, he carefully waded into the water, feeling the pull of the current against his legs. Slowly but surely, he made it to the other side, Lila clinging to his shell. As they continued their journey, Timo and Lila encountered various trials. One day, they faced a cunning fox named Felix, who eyed Lila hungrily. Timo, with newfound bravery, stood firm and managed to outwit Felix by leading him into a thicket of thorny bushes. They also made new friends, Sparky, a brave squirrel who showed them hidden paths, and Daria, a gentle deer who provided them with food and shelter. These allies helped Timo realize that he was not alone, and that the forest, despite its dangers, also offered friendship and support. Days turned into weeks as they journeyed deeper into the forest. Timo and Lila finally reached the darkest, most mysterious part of the woods, where the trees grew tall and thick, blocking out the sunlight. This was the final stretch to Lila's nest. The path was filled with shadows and strange sounds, making Timo's heart pound with fear. But he pressed on, each step bringing them closer to their goal. The fear was intense, but Timo knew he had to face it for Lila's sake. The most significant trial came when a sudden storm hit. The wind howled and rain poured down in torrents, threatening to separate Timo and Lila. Timo shielded Lila with his shell, struggling against the elements. Lightning flashed, illuminating the terror in Lila's eyes. Timo felt his strength waning, but he couldn't give up. Mustering every ounce of courage, he dug his claws into the ground, holding on through the storm's fury. Hours seemed like days, but finally the storm passed, leaving the forest soaked but calm. Timo, exhausted but determined, looked at Lila and saw gratitude and admiration in her eyes. He had faced his greatest fear and emerged victorious. As the storm clouds cleared and sunlight began to filter through the trees, Timo and Lila finally found Lila's nest, high up in a tall oak tree. Her family, who had been anxiously searching for her, welcomed them with open wings. The reunion was heartwarming, and Timo felt a deep sense of accomplishment and joy. He had not only helped Lila, but also discovered a new strength within himself. Lila's family expressed their gratitude, showering Timo with praise and thanks. For the first time, Timo felt truly important and valued. After spending a few days with Lila's family and enjoying their hospitality, Timo knew it was time to return home. With Lila's wing healing and her family by her side, he felt confident she would be safe. Timo and his new friends, Sparky and Daria, began their journey back through the forest. The path seemed less daunting now, filled with the memories of their adventures and the bonds they had formed. Timo felt a deep sense of transformation. He was no longer the timid turtle he once was. As they neared the familiar part of the forest, Timo and his friends encountered a new crisis. A wildfire had broken out, threatening the homes of many forest creatures. Timo didn't hesitate. With his newfound bravery and leadership, he organized the animals to create a safe path away from the flames. Sparky scouted ahead for safe routes, and Daria helped guide the smaller animals. Timo's calm and compassionate demeanor inspired everyone to work together, and they successfully led many animals to safety. This act of courage solidified Timo's transformation and his role as a true hero of the forest. Back in the peaceful part of the forest, Timo was celebrated as a hero. The animals gathered around him, sharing stories of his bravery and compassion. Timo, once a quiet and unnoticed turtle, had become a beacon of hope and courage. He shared with everyone the lesson he had learned. One moment can change a day, one day can change a life, and a life can change the world. Timo's journey had taught him the profound impact of kindness and bravery, and he inspired others to act with the same compassion and courage. The forest, once a place of quiet routine, was now filled with a spirit of unity and hope, thanks to Timo's incredible journey. What started as an ordinary day for a small, timid turtle turned into an extraordinary adventure of bravery, friendship, and growth. Timo's story reminds us that we all have the strength within us to overcome our fears and make a difference, no matter how small we may feel. Thank you for joining me in this tale of compassion and courage. If you enjoyed Timo's story and feel inspired, I invite you to explore more stories of inspiration and overcoming challenges available on my YouTube channel. Each story is a journey of hope and resilience, waiting to warm your heart and inspire your spirit. Until next time, keep believing in the power of kindness and courage.